So my name is Larry Jacobs. I'm the mayor of Bedminster Township, and I started the farmers market 6 years ago. And I started the farmers market at a time when we were actively pursuing farmland preservation in Bedminster. And the former mayor, who's over there, Steve Parker, and I were talking about ways in which we could encourage farmland preservation, not just from this position of preserving land, but actually giving farmers, local farmers, the opportunity to promote their businesses and be successful in their farming business. And we came up with the idea of doing a farmers market, and we started focusing on local farms, local product. And I'm proud to say that Allstead jumped right on board. We looked up a couple other local vendors. We had some farmers in Bedminster. We tried to stay within, really, here we are at the crossroads of Somerset County, Morris County, and Hunterdon, and we really sort of drew a 15-mile radius around where we're located here in Bedminster, and that's where we were focusing on bringing in local vendors and farmers. Focus on high-quality, local produced produce, meats, and then we were lucky that we could also expand that to beer, wine, hard cider, Jersey produced spirits. We've got bakers. We have candlestick makers who aren't here today.
The whole gamut.
Right, we run the gamut. But
I love it.
Everything that we do is, once again, we focus on high quality and local vendors. So if you don't mind, let's come on
venture
down.
out.
This is Flipside Farm. So Flipside is a Bedminster farm located at the larger crossroad. They do produce, and they also do some pork products. But right now, their focus is on local flowers. So everything you see here is produced maybe 2 miles from where we're standing at a Bedminster farm. Been with us from the beginning. This is Burnt Mills Cider Company. So Burnt Mills is another Bedminster production. So this is Burnt Mills. The owner is John Coates. He's a Bedminster resident. He bought a property up on 206, right on the Chester border, where he makes the hard cider, and actually has a tasting room that has grown into a hangout spot. And the cider is great. Once again, local apples with a great local product. Old Mill Pond doing granola. Sarah Spirit. So Sarah Spirit is down in Hopewell. And what's interesting about Sarah Spirit is the owner, Ray Dish, is also focused very much on Jersey agriculture. So the grains that are in the vodka, in the gin, even in the whiskeys, is based on Jersey grains. So these are Jersey produced grains, and they always come up with really neat ideas. So you've got strawberry vodka, blueberry honey, the lavender. So this is Jeff from Sunken Silo. Sunken Silo is a local brewery 15 minutes down the road, right in Lebanon on Route 22. It's Jeff's birthday this week.
Happy birthday.
And once again, we're focused on local vendors, and Sunken Silo is a great story because even the name is local. It's related to Round Valley Reservoir. When Round Valley was reservoir, it filled all the farms, and the silos were sticking out for a while, and that's where they got the name Sunken Silo. We've got the Y Stouty, the stout, which is great. And they even do a gluten-free.
Proud of what we make. I think we do a good job, and I hope you come drink some of it.
So this is Aisha from Noble Mushrooms. She's still setting her stuff up, but let's see. I'm going to take it. We've got the chestnuts.
These are the chestnuts right here.
Oh, these are the chestnuts over here. And what are these?
Yellow oysters.
Yellow oyster.
Pioppino.
What are those?
Pioppino?
I don't know. I can't pronounce it, but Pioppino?
Yes.
They're delicious. That's what you need to know, right?
Right. And her mushrooms are beautiful and locally produced and sometimes locally foraged.
True.
Say hi, Aisha.
Hi.
Hi, Aisha.
And this is Hoboken Farms. He's also been with us from the very beginning. Breads baked in New Jersey. Olive loaf, always a giant hit with everyone at our farmers market. You see people walking around. Also with the chocolate croissants, you see the kids walk around with chocolate all over their mouths. And also fresh made mozzarella. Tomato sauces, and they also have frozen product as well. As I said, once again, we focus on local. So Riverbend Farm, which is in our neighboring town of Peapack and Gladstone. And this is Josh, whose family runs the farm. So you've got local produced beef, pork, chicken, eggs, honey, and they also bring in local produced, pull this open, milk. And the chocolate milk is always a big hit. And here's their whole product list, from filet mignon down to hamburgers and hot dogs.
Good, thanks.
Of course, Allstead Farm, which once again has been with us from the very beginning, and nobody sets up a display like Allstead. Everything is color coordinated. Always love the way that Allstead sets everything up. And once again, everything from Allstead is produced within 8 miles of the farmers market. And we know this is one of our new vendors, Caniglio's from Morristown, which has some of the best bread around. The bread is fantastic. It's baked at in their pizzeria ovens in Morristown, and they also have fresh made bagels and Italian and Sicilian pastries. The bombolini, the Italian donuts, which they haven't put out yet, but they are, let's see. Then we've got the pepperoni bread, and their stuff is fantastic. And pickle culture, because you can't have a farmer's market without pickles. Pickles, olives, but I think most importantly, we got to show some pickles. And always a big hit, once again, locally produced. Olives. And since it is 4th of July, we can focus on the firecracker pickle chips and my favorite, the sweet horseradish.
We have curlish. It's sauerkraut, sweet relish, mustard, and hot peppers.
Oh, so that's ready to go on hot dogs.
This one right here, curlish. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a good one just for the holiday.
Is Florida Sucre. So Muriel comes to us from France. So we're pretty proud that the Bedminster Farmers Market, we actually have a French baker doing French pastries and almond croissants. Magnifique.
Hello.
And this is Morsels Bakery. So Morsels is local. She's from Mendon, and a lot of the flour and products that she uses in her pastries are from local farms. We're going to Testo Pizza. So Testo Pizza is they bring a mobile pizza truck, and once again, they are local. We can look at their menu, right? So pizza with zucchini flowers, and I can tell you that all the produce that goes into the pizza is from vendors from the Bedminster Farmers Market. So they actually incorporate and they work with the vendors here on the product that goes into the pizza. So whether it's the tomatoes, whether it's the cheese, pizza oven is going on and a little hot. Getting there. And one of the interesting things about the market is that we really intended it to be a place for local agriculture, and also to introduce to a lot of the families in town that there still is agriculture here in New Jersey, and it's local, and that you can support farmers and you can support keeping land green and in agricultural production, and knowing that your food is local is important. But interesting, the market has become more than that. The market has actually become a community gathering place. And this is what we really like to see. People started coming here and hanging out and running into neighbors and friends they hadn't seen in a while, especially during COVID. We were open, and it was a time for people to actually see each other when they hadn't been doing it because of the shutdowns. They could come to the farmers market, they could shop, they could see folks, and it really has become a community center. And in towns like ours, where everyone is busy and everyone is doing this and they're running all over the place, this is an opportunity to come to River Road Park. And once again, where our farmers market is located is very different from a lot of other New Jersey markets. We are at River Road Park. Route 206 is over there, but out over here is preserved land. So we have nothing but fields and trees, and going back, we'll have horse farms. It is an opportunity to be out in the country, but still be close enough that you're not far from where you work or where you live. And there we actually see right there zucchini flowers being picked up from one of the vendors, and those zucchini flowers are going to be on the pizza later this morning. So one of the other things that we do at a farmers market, we work with Bedminster and county community organizations to highlight what's going on in Bedminster and in the county. And today we are lucky to have with us Somerset County Tourism. So got a little map of the county, and always good to see Bedminster highlighted up here with trees, because it's a good look for Bedminster. And we have with us today.
My name is Melissa with Somerset County Tourism.
And so Melissa's here just highlighting, once again, we all have the Edible Jersey magazines to hand out, but Melissa's also here to remind folks of what we have in Bedminster. At the farmers market, we focus on local, so it's local vendors and local activities and local community groups. Thank you, Melissa. Is Hoppy Valley. So Hoppy Valley produces hickory syrup, so which is really neat. It's actually a syrup made from hickory bark that they roast and smoke, and they grind up, and they mix with right. And here it is. This is the actual hickory bark, and they
roasted hickory here as well. Use it as a single ingredient, spice, season, loose leaf tea, make barbecue sauce with it. There's the first. We start off with the original. Our syrup starts as a tea. The tea is right there. We boil that tea down and then sweeten it with organic cane sugar to finish it into our syrup. Same sugar content as your maple, but it's a different product, processed differently. All the bark is foraged on our farm, and it's our unique farm product.
And we're back at Two Barn Farm. So Two Barn Farm is in Pittstown. Once again, 15 minutes down Route 78. And we've got the sprouts, and you get neat produce like this.
Beautiful.
A pinhead cabbage or conehead cabbage, I don't know what they call it, but it's really neat. It's super sweet. So, and the garlic is just in because it was dried last week and is now here. So go in and so I'm here with Rebecca Alstead, right?
Yes.
Still going with Alstead?
Still going with
Okay.
Alstead.
She was just married last week. So Rebecca will coordinate deliveries here, and that includes deliveries straight from the field.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
oftentimes during the day, we'll see Alstead replenish, and we know that what's being replenished was literally just picked from the farm 8 miles up the road.
Yes.
So it's always really neat, and especially during strawberry season, when I've seen Alstead replenished 3 different times with 3 trucks coming in, reloading with strawberries, leaving, coming back, reloading with strawberries, leaving, and coming back and reloading with strawberries. So we know that everything is super fresh. And Rebecca, what's in season right now?
So I'm one of our production managers, so I actually work out in the field picking most of the products that you see here. So our arugula here, we just picked yesterday. So we picked it yesterday afternoon, so it's fresh. We can leave it in our cooler for up to 4 to 5 days. We can bring it to farmers markets all throughout the week. Our kale is fresh from our farm. We've got our bok choy here. And then we've got a unique one, which is a kohlrabi. You don't see these often. They're a European delicacy. They're similar to a radish or a carrot. You can boil them, you can saute them. They're awesome. And then we're just finishing up our garlic scape season, which is sad for people that love garlic scapes, but it's exciting because that means our garlic is coming. So these little guys grow on the tops of garlic, and we harvest them, and they're a little spicier than garlic, but a little more minor than onions. So you can use them similar to a scallion. And so you can see all of our beautiful greens. Our cilantro is huge right now. We've got all kinds of different herbs, spinach, beets. Everything's fresh from our farm, and if we can't get it in yet, it's from South Jersey.
So the fruits are always a big hit, and it's always interesting to see what folks are coming for, and it's usually the fruit. And so here we are, beginning of July. So peaches and plums, not just yet in full season, but you do have
Blueberries. So New Jersey's one of the top for blueberry production. So we are in a unique situation where we're one of the few farms in North Jersey that grow our own blueberries. They grow in a different soil type, so growing them in North Jersey is difficult. We have plenty of beautiful blueberries, perfect for 4th of July, any of the summer holidays coming up, and we've got them for another 3 or 4 weeks. And we also have another unique crop called currants. They're these sour little berries here, and most people can use them in a tart similar to a rhubarb, mix them with a sweeter berry, and they taste really good and add a lot of flavor to any sort of dish, similar to our sour cherries, which are again very popular. They fly off the shelves. When people know how to use the sour cherries, they really get moving. Are you done with it?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's super juicy.
Yeah, and in about a week or so, we'll start bringing our sweet cherries, and those you can munch on and finish the whole bag in one sitting. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm good. I got it all.
You sure?
Yeah. Thank you. The Bedminster Farmers Market also works with Alstead in that this can be a location where CSA members can pick up their CSA produce right here. So Alstead will actually fill up the boxes, bring it here, and I'll see folks walking out with giant boxes of produce, and I know that they've picked up their CSA for the week.
Yes, and they're able to customize their shares for exactly what they want for the week, and able to get farm fresh produce that they can meal prep and prep recipes for, then bring it home every Saturday to be able to cook it for the week.
Apiaries has their hives in secret locations spread around Bedminster, Chester, Tewksbury, So all the honey is super local, and I know oftentimes folks want to make sure that they get local honey, supporting the local honey bees, and also getting the pollen that's going to be the same pollen you may be allergic to. So there's a lot of folks who really love the idea that their honey is coming from hives in the same neighborhood that they live in.